Good evening, good evening, good evening. It is Tuesday night, and welcome to this evening's Pageant Land. And we have another very special guest on this evening, our very own Mrs. South East London Galaxy. How are you?
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much for the lovely introduction. I'm well, and I'm so excited to be here today with you.
I'm very excited as well. We're very excited to be meeting at Galaxy in a few months, aren't we? It's just getting so exciting now, getting very real, very excited. We've got a wonderful group of women going forward here, haven't we? So let's
Absolutely.
start off with asking you, why did you choose Galaxy as your first ever pageant?
Oh, fantastic question, I must say, dear. I think every single woman should do something for herself. And I think breaking those barriers, and otherwise it's you're always in the mundanity and the whirlpool of mundane life. I think it's be to take my first step into pageantry was all about just breaking that barriers to say that, you know what, it's good to challenge myself with something new, to see and learn from what I can do with being a part of pageantry. And when I came across so many pageant options, and one of my friends had done Mrs. Galaxy a few years ago, she said, you know, you have to do this because it just is such a life changing experience. And I think that brought me to Mrs. Galaxy. And I said, let me just apply, see what happens. And here I am. I think, yeah, it's been a life changing decision. And I'm so glad that I did this.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. Do you know what? I remember 8 years ago and I felt exactly the same. And I tell you what, once you go to Galaxy, I don't think you'll ever stop. It'll always be part of you. It's amazing. I mean, pageantry is a wonderful thing to get involved with for so many reasons. And that is such a great group of women that cheer each other on, and it's wonderful. I'm just going to watch you have the best time of your life in a couple of months. Definitely. So
Thank you so much.
you've been working so hard. I keep seeing you pop up everywhere doing lots of different things. um Now you have got a campaign, Unstoppable Me. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So I think one of the biggest obstacles in all our lives is often the barriers what our minds create. And I think growing up, having congenital hypothyroid, I was always the big child being bullied, um, and always having these whole inhibitions around the social norms and the social stigmas, and trying to fit myself into that particular box. And soon I realized there's so much pressure that came from these pervasive barriers and social stigmas, where you just realize that people actually don't talk about this. And, you know, at some point, you have to realize that you are a lot more beyond these social barriers. And I thought Unstoppable Me was, it was a kind of a different concept. I think it was about creating a safe space for people to come up and talk about these pervasive barriers and social stigmas around body shaming and its deep rooted impact on mental health. And I think some of the biggest driving factor for me was the fact that I have an 8-year-old child, and now she's growing up to being quite conscious about the way she looks and way she is. I think I want to kind of say no to these barriers, which I've grown up with, saying, okay, a woman has to be like this, or she has to be this way, or, you know, why haven't you lost weight? Or you've got such a charming face, if only you had lost a few kilos, or, will you, and, you know, if you go into the marriage market, you're not going to find a guy. So I think there's so many, there is always this unsolicited advices also you'll end up, it may be coming from a nice place, but sometimes people don't need those unsolicited advices, you know, which is just again putting people into these barriers and shells. So I think this Unstoppable Me campaign was for women to come up and talk about these pervasive barriers that they've had throughout their lives. And I had a lot of people come up making these little short videos talking about those little things that actually offended them, hurt them, but they just take it on and live with it because they just assume it's part of life. And sometimes it's good to stand up and say, no, this is me, and this is my body, and my rules, my freedom. So that's the
Oh,
whole campaign about.
yeah, I like it. I like it. That is absolutely brilliant. And you've been on a very personal journey yourself of resilience and transformation. Tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah. Like I said, I've had congenital hypothyroid. So I think throughout my life, it's been a struggle with my body weight, wanting to try to cut down weight. I was bulimic at one point of time, trying to not eat. I think uh, when in 2018, unfortunately, I went through a part of my life where we lost my second child because I had these issues, and trying to cope with the loss was way heavier than what I thought it was. And it just put me into this whole mold of being somebody who saw comfort eating. I used to eat, put on weight. I didn't particularly care or worry or anything, but it was, I think at some point I reached a point where one of the days my daughter, she just came up to me and she ran up and she just said, she jumped on my little belly and she said, Mommy, when I grow up, I want to have this cute little jelly belly like you, which is fine. Jelly bellies are cute. But I just realized, you know what? I want to actually create a better impression for her about health, for the well-being side of it, not about the looks and the appearances, but more about eating healthy and being healthy. And I think at that point, weighing about 103 kilos, I just realized I want to stop all this. It was lockdown at that point. I borrowed a cycle from one of my friends, which was just lying in a shed, and I just started cycling. And from puffing and panting in the first 8 kilometers, I was like, I'm going to die any minute. I think it was a journey of 3.5 years of going to a point of doing 500 kilometers in a year, in a month. Also did the Christie Manchester to Blackpool last June. And with that whole process, yes, I did lose weight, but also I just realized being healthy creates a safer, healthier environment and an impression for my child and the future generation. I think that was all about my daughter and building that mental resilience to be a good example for her.
Yeah, definitely. And I will say here, from all of us at Pageantland, you are stunning inside and out. And do you know what? You're a fantastic mum and you're such an inspiration. And honestly, you look wonderful. So, and I can't wait to see you on that stage. I'm getting very, very excited for this. You know, it's going to be
I can't wait to see you too. You're amazing too, Dee. I've seen how you are on stage too.
oh. So, yeah, we're going to have fun. So, you want to talk about intersectionality and pageantry. So, let's have a little talk about that.
Yes, absolutely. I think being my first journey in pageantry, I realized that the concept of there is this whole concept of intersectionality, which was basically coined by this scholar Kimberly Crenshaw. And what it talks about is where various aspects of your identity come together, like your race, your ethnicity, your gender, age, your social economic background, religion. When they come together, your disability, sexual orientation, when they come together or intersect to shape an individual, with that comes a lot of experience, a lot of opportunities, and also challenges. And I feel that when I took the step on to go into pageantry, a lot of people within my community of I'm an immigrant from India and I've been here for a while, and I've had a lot of Indian friends and within the circuits where I've been talking about Unstoppable Me, building that awareness, and some of the questions were like, "Oh, are you how you must be very confident to actually go there? Aren't you worried about your accent? Aren't you worried how you may look? Do you think are you under the pressure of losing a lot of weight to be there?" So and more so, I think the ethnic background. I think there is that inhibitions and fears which people have, especially within different ethnic backgrounds and people who have immigrated. That this is way beyond what somebody could ever do. I want to break that barrier, that intersectionality concept, and build more awareness around intersectionality because I think every woman deserves to stand on the stage. You've got Galaxy that gives amazing opportunity with so much of openness with diversity, and they're quite open. So I think I really want to build that awareness with people who have these inhibitions and fears to say, pageantry is about you enjoying that your moment on the stage and you learning so much about yourself. It's about the energies inward, so you don't have to worry about being judged or worry about your accent or where you're from, how you look. It's just about you being human and you enjoying that moment of yours on stage. So that's intersectionality in pageantry, about celebrating diversity, about breaking those barriers and not to worry about these inhibitions, because I think every woman deserves to be on it.
Yeah, and you're also going to find out when you arrive in the pageantry, but you are going to love it because everyone is so supportive of each other. It's women supporting women, which is incredible. You're going to be blown away and absolutely love it.
Oh, Jen, I've already seen so much. Trust me. I think I'm not worried at all, because just the last 8 months, just sitting on Instagram itself, meeting so many new pageants, I've not seen anybody face to face as yet, but the kind of support I've got from the pageantry world is amazing. It's
Yeah.
really so warm, so welcoming. I thought it's going to be probably, competitive, but absolutely not. There's so much of positive energy. And I think even chatting with you, talking with you just before this call, you're so positive, you're so welcoming. And I think every woman should actually stop worrying and stepping up and trying this
Yeah,
out. You know,
we'll get
being
more,
part of
lots more women coming in. Brilliant. It'll be so much fun, so much fun. Now, and we're all going
Absolutely.
to have fun because you've got an event coming up, haven't you? You're doing an online event in February, which I'm looking forward to very much, where a lot of us girls are meeting up, aren't we, and raising money for the Christie. Are you looking
Christy
forward to that?
charity. Oh, I love the idea of working for Christy. I think that is one of the key aspects of that drove me to join, because um, being I was in the corporate sector, in commercial e-learning and at one point my career grew as a head of learning ecosystem for a company, and at that time I just quit that particular job because I wanted to do something which actually made me feel happy and contented. And that's when I joined my current charity, Docs Trust, and I've been with Docs Trust for 5 years. And I think this whole concept of working every single day and enjoying because you are making a difference is fantastic. And I think when this pageantry came up and they saw the work that you can do with this sash is so much, I just thought, it's amazing. I'm really going to enjoy doing the raising bit of it. So it started with cycling, which raised about 700 plus. People are very kind to donate. I don't know why. I think I was not that confident to finish 100 and plus kilometers, but people were very confident when boosting. Then we had this Nani Candy campaign, which was supported by the Bromley Council. They gave us some free stalls. They continue to give me free stalls thanks to the Mrs. Galaxy's campaigns. Um, and where I brought together summertime. I find most of kids who finish GCSE, they're just sitting and they know what to do. So I spoke to Christian. I said, I'm going to get them to come on board, teach them a bit of project management, and do a fundraising project to actually sell these traditional Indian candies, to build awareness and sell them and raise for Christy. So Christy was very kind to actually offer volunteer certificate of participation also, and they've been really fantastic. Lisa from Christy has been very supportive with all my crazy ideas of fundraising. I think it's been fabulous. And then we had the Unstoppable Me event, where we had a lot of lovely women come down and be a part of that particular pageant uh, evening that we had. In a local restaurant that supported and gave me a lovely space. And then, yes, the trivia quiz. I've been quiet across. After that, I've been really quiet. I said, I need a little bit of I just got held up with work and Christmas. But now there is this trivia quiz which is coming up next week. Which day? Thank you so much for participating and being a part of it. It's a fun quiz night. You can just come have some fun. If you love traveling, you love going around, and there are going to be some questions around your knowledge of the world, and just chill, and you win Amazon vouchers, but we also together raise for Christie charity. So I
Oh, it's
think
brilliant. You
that's
have been
really
doing
fantastic.
so well. Honestly, you have been absolutely so busy raising money for such a wonderful charity. You must be
Oh,
so proud of yourself, and everyone, your family, friends, all of us, we're so proud of you as well.
no, you won't
It's
believe
you've
the
been doing
kind of amazing work
absolutely
Christy does.
mm,
This I didn't know much about Christy, because here it's more about Cancer Institute in London. I didn't know much about Christy. The minute I wore the Christy jersey and I went up to do my cycling event, There were
Mhm.
people in the train giving me £5 and £10 in handing, saying we want to donate because he's doing such amazing work and affiliated with NHS and to look after 60,000 plus people. And there's like, and everybody had a story. They were like, my uncle had treated, my mum was treated. Everywhere I go doing that campaign, I'm hearing so many amazing stories of the
Yeah.
great work they do. So I think it's you feel so contented to be a part of it in a little way.
It's such a great charity, and they do so much work. I mean, I when I first looked into it, when I started fundraising for them years ago, I didn't actually realize, and then I've realized more and more of what they did. And obviously they're really great at sending out information and stuff, but if you don't know what the Christie charity is, do look at it, because just saying to anyone viewing this now, do look it up, because they do incredible things for families with cancer, without a doubt, without a doubt. So, we're just going to ask you though, what are you most looking forward to for the final Galaxy in March?
First and foremost, I'm looking forward to meeting you and everybody. I think I'm really excited to meet all the lovely participants. It'll be a fantastic opportunity to get to meet you all, talk to you, and also I think I'm just looking forward for that journey of just doing something entirely new. I'm nervous. It's my first pageant, uh, but I think deep down it's going to be an amazing experience and something that I can go talking to a lot more people to come and join and do that in future. But I think I'm really looking forward for Mrs. Galaxy, primarily to meet everybody, and secondary is to just learn so much about pushing myself and seeing where I could stand so out there. But it's going to be a fantastic learning
Oh,
journey.
it's going to be amazing. But probably the best thing you've ever did. You won't regret it. Oh, you won't regret it. I'm telling you that now. You can have the time of your life. So thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for coming on Pageantland. It has literally flown by chatting to you this evening. And any questions, that I can pop your pages in the comments. It is scrolling across the bottom there. You've got your Instagram page and anything. So if anyone wants to check out anything you're doing, the Instagram page is scrolling across the bottom there. But I just want to thank you so much for coming on and speaking to me at Pageantland this evening. You've been absolutely incredible.
And you've been an amazing host, and this is my first Streamline show. So thank you so much for making it so comfortable and easy. And it's lovely to meet you, and thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.